Hey guys, and welcome to this video where we're going to be talking a bit about my CBT experience and kind of just share with you how I found it and hopefully put your mind at rest if you are about to do your own course. Let's get on the road and I can tell you a little bit about it. So I'm currently in the Peak District and taking you guys on for a little drive while we just talk about CBT course. So I actually took my CBT about a year ago now, no, a year and a half even, in Birmingham, and I just found like a local driving school that looked like they kind of specialise in CBTs. That was the main thing they did. I had a look at different prices for all the different places nearby, and they seemed to be like reasonable price, good reviews. So yeah, I decided to go with them. Coming up to the day, I was just doing a similar thing to what you're doing now. So I was watching YouTube videos, just trying to find out a bit more about it, what to expect. You know, I think a lot of people get a bit confused with whether it is actually a test or if it's something that you just, you know, just like a course that you do and you automatically pass it. But from what I've seen, like, although it's not called a test, you can essentially fail it, or you know, the instructor can refuse to give you your CBT certificate if you just really mess it up on the day. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind. But I'd also say, like, don't let that worry you. I think as long as you go there, open mind, listen to the instructors, you should be fine. It's kind of what I did. So I'd never been on a motorbike before. It was first time. And you get an option in most of the schools whether you want to learn how to ride a manual bike. I actually went for automatic based on what a friend said to me when he had gone previously. He said because he'd never been on a bike before, it's a little tricky to like learn how to balance on the bike. It's a lot of new stuff to learn. If you go and get the automatic one, obviously you're not going to be as ready for a manual bike, but if you pass the automatic you get the same certificate and you can use that on a geared bike anyway. So it kind of takes the pressure off a bit, where you'd like be able to do the course on the automatic and then, you know, pass that on the day, and then if you get a manual bike you have plenty of time where you can go away at home and kind of like practice manual by yourself, and you don't have to worry about spending another like £150. I think it cost me about £100, something like that, maybe 120 at the time, which I think is like a normal rate. But yeah, so on the actual day, what happened was you have to like make sure you've got a decent pair of boots. You need kind of like a motorcycle jacket, but they're not that strict on the trousers, so I heard that it's best just to wear like a thick pair of jeans, and that's fine. You don't need to have like the full, you know, leathers and motorcycle kit. So that's what I did. Like, I just found some like Nike boots. This jacket I'm wearing now actually was the first jacket I got. A corner kind of snuck up on me then. But yeah, this is the first jacket I got. And then a pair of gloves as well, just keep your hands safe. And then, yeah, you just get there. And a lot of the first hour or so, I think, this might not be exactly right because it was a while ago when I went, but the first hour or so was the instructor like just talking you through how the bike works, all the kind of like safety stuff about it, stuff that maybe you'd think simple but you don't really want to take it for granted. Let me just concentrate on this corner, it's a bit shut. So yeah, that was a lot of the beginning. They even like, sorry, the video cut out there, but yeah, so you practice putting it off and on the stand, you know, doing the ignition, and then a lot of it after that, you spend a good few hours just in the car park, going through the cones, you know, making sure you know how to like handle the bike safely. So you do some kind of like maneuvers you'd expect to do on the actual motorbike test, the full one. figure of 8, stuff like that. But the instructor's there the whole time. It was just 2 of us in our group, so 2 to 1 with the instructor, and he was giving us loads of feedback. It was really good actually, and he taught us how to like balance on the bike properly. He was teaching clutch control for like people riding manual. Well, obviously I was on the automatic, so I didn't need that as much, but I did kind of prefer being on the automatic because it just meant I could like concentrate on everything else that comes with riding a bike without having to worry about the gears. The only problem with that is I did decide to then get a geared bike a bit later, and I kind of had to teach myself how to do the gears. It's not too hard, especially if you've like driven a car before. You have a kind of understanding of how like gears and clutches work. It's just a bit different because you're obviously doing the clutch with your hand rather than with your feet. But it's definitely something you could learn, and as well there is the option to always like go to a driving school and they can do like a conversion course, so they convert you from automatic to manual as well, which can be done in like an hour or 2. But yeah, like most schools have really good instructors that will help you feel relaxed on the day, so you don't need to worry too much. And it's actually quite fun, especially if you've never been on a bike before. Like I remember, even though I was on a little tiny engine bike going 30 miles per hour, it was my first time going that fast on a bike, and it kind of felt like pretty fast, man. It was a good feeling. So yeah, my advice would be like just try not to overthink it too much. You know, you're not being like properly assessed. You'll get called out if you do something that's like dangerous. But yeah, just try to take it easy really. Do another video at some point with maybe just some like top tips for CBT, so make sure you like subscribe to get a notification when that comes out. Really appreciate it, and if you can like the video as well, that'd help, because we are a very small channel right now which we're trying to grow, so that sort of engagement like really helps the channel. So if you're able to, it's yes, appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.